Hello guys, welcome back to the video. Today is day 29, season 2, so let's go video. Starting off today, got the two Land Rovers on the cattle trailer parked up. And here we have Farmer's Son in the 740 with the front roller on the back, taken out of the shed. And as you can see, it's going to be quite difficult to do. He's probably going to have to move the pressure washer out to the corner there just to even sort of swing round. Might even have to move the cattle trailer. As long as he can shut the gate, he'll be able to manoeuvre it around, even if the telehandler has to sort of drag the roller from behind. Because what they did before was the telehandler was what sort of pushed it in. So he dragged it around the gate, and then the tractor reversed it in. So it's a bit awkward, but as long as they can shut the gate, they can get it out, because I mean they've got it in. So yeah, but it's going to be a couple manoeuvres going on there to try and get it out. The reason why he's getting it out is because there's going to be concrete in the shed. So they're just moving it out of the way, because I don't know when it is. I think it's sometime either the end of this week or the start of next week. So it'll be soon anyway. So moving stuff out the shed. Then here we've got the chickens and ducks knocking about with the chicks and ducklings. Now, as you can see, Farmer's Son's got himself a spoiler, a black spoiler for his car. So yeah, he's just done that there. That arrived the other day, I believe. Sheet trailer there. Quad lawnmower, mower, mini baler, wrapper, baler, and rake all in the shed. Now, as you can see here, a couple of stuff has moved. The wrap's been moved there, and the barrels have been moved there, because this bit of the shed there is not really used. And they're going to sort of have this bit here as a potential workshop, even if they don't have many tools really. But they're going to try and like get like a toolbox or something, and just put it there, and then that'll be where they sort of work on stuff. Because mainly they keep the tools in the utility in the house, and obviously it's not too far to there. But yeah, they want to have a sort of workshop shed area where they can do stuff instead of having to bring the tools out of the house and take it to the kit. Fert bags and fert spreader there. 6616 parked up. 625 parked up. Trail Forager and Spade Edge Cutter also parked up. Trail Forager will be out in the next week when they do second cut silage, and that's them done. Obviously the Forager might be used if they end up doing silage for someone else, but for them it's next week and then it's done. Then here we have the main man himself, the farmer, in the T6080, and he's on the Keenan, not got it running. I think he's just going to leave it on there. He might even reverse it up a bit, and then going to put the roller somewhere alongside it, just so it gives them that sort of space there to sort of reverse in, even if they sort of take it over or through the feeder barrier. They've got a wheelbarrow and they've got a rake if needed, so they can sort of rake it about whatever. And sometimes if they need to use a wheelbarrow to tip it in, they can. Then we've got T6105 parked up on the Kane silage trailer. You've got Matt here, just checking over it, ready for next week. So it's going to be this time next week, so we've got about a week, but he just wants to make sure everything was alright. Next he's going to check the Trail Forager, and then they should be done. Buckrake doesn't really need checking, as they checked that. Maybe it was the last time they did silage, although realistically they should check it, but they have the telehandler or the 6616 as backup with the bucket, so it should be fine. There you got Max pick up there. Telehandler parked up. grade digger, bale trailer and the head stump trailer. And you've got the back of the bale trailer's just been put there over the hurdles. Turn the bucket, bucket rake, pit size. Might end up using the sheets. I mean, it's barely covering the whole, the first 2 sheets are barely covering it, as there's not that much in it already, so hopefully this will be a heavier crop. So obviously the contractor spread slower on it, so it should give it a bit of a boost, but hopefully both sheets will be used, but obviously there'll be a bit more space. I reckon up to that little point in the pit, that'll be from there onwards where the sort of silage will end. So it gives them this space here to park the bales, double pair off down the flatbed trailer still, and park there. Then across the yard, Marshall muck spreader and the Gale bales bags sort of parked up. Then in the sheep field, got all ewes and lambs. Now I've only got 6 lambs, 6 ewes with lambs left. I think since, in the past couple of days, 2 ewes have had their lambs taken off, and then they were both singles, so 2 lambs in total. But within this next week they will be going. I imagine some will be going on later today, because obviously they're doing stuff in the yard, so they won't be able to do it. Yeah, hopefully, well, by this time next week they'll all be gone. They are all quite big now. If anything, by the end of the week, there probably will be maybe like that one, maybe 1 or 2 ewes left. The rest will be empty, and then obviously the mega lambs will go when the last lambs go. So that'll be at the end of this week. And then that's all ewes free. And in November, put the ram in, start the process over again. And in the cow field, Paul's still in here with the mega lambs there. Now I believe that, can't remember who it was, someone else has seen him on one of the Charolais. So he's been on one of the Sementals, which is technically a Hereford actually, and one of the Charolais. So he's been on one of each breed really. It looks like a Semental, but it is actually mainly Hereford. It's just a mix. So that's that one, the bull, that one, and that one. So they're all Herefords, and then you've got Charolais obviously, but they look like Sementals, if that makes sense. It's sort of, I think it's 60 Hereford, 40 Semental, or something like that. Yeah, hence why they've got similar faces and whatever colours. So yeah, so hopefully we'll have some calves, hopefully 9 calves in March next year. So yeah, considering there's not that much really going on in the yard, there's still odd little jobs that need to be done. And coming down the road here, we have the farmer in our old 5612 with his little fert spreader on the back, coming back from spreading fert. I believe that was actually at the other farm, so yeah, I think it was at the other farm, one of their fields, not ours. So obviously he's come back, and he's obviously at the junction there. Then behind him we have farmer and his Jero with his trailer, and you might recognise the vehicle on the trailer. So this is the farmer's son's mate, who went to the Donegal rally, and he's taken off the CB because it got blown off. He basically got off the boat on the other side and it was really windy, so he took it off just so he doesn't lose it or hits another car or something. So he's taken the CB off, put it in the boot, but unfortunately his car was, it wasn't sort of taken off him, He was basically, he had to sort of get his car drove up to the port, taken on the ferry back, and then collected by someone here. I don't actually know the full story. All I know was basically he was told on the Sunday of all days, the last day, which could have been worse, that he had to, well, they basically took his car off him basically, and then asked him when he was going home, and they said collect your car on Monday, because he was going home on Monday, and then drive up back to the boat, and then obviously you're not allowed to drive it after that. He was apparently escorted by police, so I don't know what's going on there. All I know, he was escorted by police, had to be picked up, he wasn't allowed to drive it, or anyone was allowed to drive it on the way back into his on the trailer. They survived Friday and Saturday, but not the Sunday, so whatever's gone on there, he lost his car, unfortunately. So he had no car over Sunday night, and then collected it Monday morning, whatever, all that faff. But he's home now, and got a sword. I know he's been fined, don't know how much though, but yeah, so that's the story there. And then you got his dad picking him up. Don't imagine he's too happy now, but he's slightly older than the farmer's son. The farmer's son's 17 and he's 18, so yeah, anyway, it is what it is. He'll have to do, but he's got it back now, so he hasn't completely lost his car. It doesn't have to be scrapped or anything, because it's not really in the best condition on the underneath, but we don't talk about that. So also, I don't know if any of you remember in one of my previous Model Farm videos I mentioned it, that I ended up rewatching it and realised I said something in there that wasn't true. And basically I said I was moving house. What I meant to say was I was moving room, so the tables will be moving room. And for some reason, moving house came into my head, and I said that. But what I meant was moving room. So obviously, the Model Farm videos obviously will stop when I change it, and I'm hoping then I can move it into the room, and then we can act like nothing's happened when the new Model Farm's here. But there might be a bit of delay, so I do apologise for that. But we'll see how 2026 goes. Although we're like 6 months away, but still. So yeah, so much for the video guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, bye bye.